Yo, what's good? This is Reggie Cross, and you just landed at the corner of Fight Talk and Real Talk. Welcome to the channel where we don't just break down matchups, we break through the noise. No hype trains, no company scripts, just clean analysis with a little bit of edge. And today, we're talking about the UFC heavyweight division, specifically what it looks like now that Jon Jones, that Jon Jones, has exited stage left. Jon Jones dipped, or at least that's what the headlines say. Some diehards still got his highlights playing on loop like it's gospel, but let's be honest, most of us, we're just glad the drama took an intermission. The man ran the UFC heavyweight division with precision, controversy, and some questionable tactics, and now he's out, allegedly. And stepping into that spotlight, Tom Aspinall, different breed entirely, no off-cage noise, no messy headlines, just clinical finishes and movement so smooth you'd think he trained with lightweights. He hits like a truck, but glides like he's on skates. So now that the Jon Jones era hit pause, maybe for good, what does the UFC's heaviest division actually look like? Let's unpack it. Tom Aspinall is the accidental king. Tom didn't dethrone Jon, he detonated Sergey Pavlovich in under a round. A guy people thought was engineered in a Siberian lab got dismantled like a Lego set. Technically, it's an interim title, but with Jones out indefinitely, Aspinall is the de facto champ, and not by fluke. The guy is 31, has finished every win, and moves like someone who never got the heavyweight memo. He grew up training. His dad, a jiu-jitsu black belt, built him into a fighter who thinks before he swings. It's rare, especially in a division that usually favors chaos over strategy. Tom doesn't chase clout, he chases precision. And if he keeps going the way he has, we might be witnessing the start of a new dynasty. And let's be real, he's not just winning fights, he's changing the expectation of what a heavyweight is supposed to look like. The real contenders, who's actually a problem. Let's skip the nostalgia, who actually has the tools to stop this guy. Curtis Blades, elite wrestler, heavy hands, and let's not forget, Aspinall's last fight with him ended in injury just 15 seconds in. No answers, just an unfinished story. A rematch? Absolutely. Sergey Pavlovich, he's down, but not out. If he racks up another violent finish or two, he's right back in the title picture. The UFC loves knockout artists with a redemption arc. Jailton Almeida, built like a statue, grapples like a magnet, but his gas tank, not built for deep waters. If he can learn to manage pace, he's a stylistic headache for anyone. Cyril Gane, technically sharp, but got exposed by Jon. Still, if he patches up that ground game, a striking battle with Aspinall would be must watch. And let's throw in Sergey Spivak, quiet but crafty, not flashy but effective. If he puts together another statement win, he could sneak into the mix. And don't sleep on Alexander Volkov. The man's been floating just outside the top tier, but with a new camp and a few strong performances, he could make a push. The dark horses creeping in the shadows. Some threats aren't obvious until it's too late. Marcin Tybura, not explosive, not hyped, but he grinds out wins and survives storms most others fold in. Overlook him and you're in for a long night. Alexander Romanov, when he's in shape, he's a grappling nightmare. When he's not, you can hear him breathing on the walkout. But if he ever gets consistent, he's a real problem. Tai Tuivasa, wild, powerful, sometimes reckless, but always dangerous. He might get hit 5 times, but if he lands once, that's all it takes. Plus, who doesn't want to post-fight shoey? Jair Zeno, Rosenstruik, still lurking, still terrifying. If he times it right, he can end your night off a single counter. And don't forget about Derek Lewis. He's been up, he's been down, but if he shows up in shape and motivated, that right hand still shuts off the lights. The Jon Jones paradox. Now let's talk about the shadow still hanging over the division. Jon Jones is retired, or he's retired. Hard to tell. He skipped Pavlovich, swerved Aspinall, picked a legacy fight with Stipe, who hasn't fought since 2021. That wasn't about competition. That was about control. If he comes back, it won't be for the belt, it'll be for the narrative. The payday, the legacy boost, UFC would sell it like a blockbuster, but if he walks in and loses to Aspinall, his GOAT status takes a hit he might not recover from. So yeah, Jon's watching quietly, strategically, because kings don't like to see thrones get comfortable. The external threats, outside looking in, outside the UFC, things are heating up. Francis, he boxed Tyson Fury and held his own. Took a brutal KO from Joshua, sure, but his right hand is still one of the scariest weapons in combat sports. If he returns, everyone in the UFC has a new problem. Anatoly Malikin, undefeated, holds belts in multiple divisions in one. Explosive wrestling, big personality. If a cross promotion ever happens or if he gets signed, it shakes the entire division. Renan Ferreira, fresh off big wins in the PFL, raw, aggressive, unpredictable. Think Pavlovich, but unfiltered. And if PFL and UFC ever merge its open season at heavyweight, we're talking dream matchups across promotions. As Aspinall's unknowns, what we haven't seen, Tom looks bulletproof, but there's still a few blanks on his resume. He's never gone deep into rounds 4 or 5. Never had to claw his way back from being down. Never had to adjust mid-fight after everything went wrong. We haven't seen him bleed. Haven't seen him wobble, haven't seen what he does when someone won't go away. And while he's a technician, this is still heavyweight. Sometimes precision doesn't matter. Sometimes it's just who lands first. What happens when Tom finally runs into someone who won't fold? That's the moment we'll find out if he's a king or just another contender passing through, a throne that bleeds. Right now, this is the Tom Aspinall era. Quiet dominance, clean technique, a breath of fresh air in a division built on chaos. But that throne isn't nailed down. There are challengers inside the UFC, threats outside it, and a GOAT still watching from the sidelines. In this game, nobody gets to coast. Legacies are tested, kings get hunted. So enjoy the calm, because the real storm is just now building. If you're feeling the vibe, hit that subscribe, drop your take in the comments. Who's the next real threat to Aspinall? Who's just noise and who's quietly waiting for their moment? This is Reggie Cross signing off. Thanks for welcoming me to Behind the Lines. I'll be covering the fight game for the channel from here on, but remember, hype fades, legacy don't. Catch you in the next one. 745